Tap in, tap in. Rap, relationships, redirection, man. So I wanted to just tap in with y'all real quick about something that's been on my mind regarding heading into a certain direction for so long. And I'm not talking like, a particular career or a particular skill set that you've developed over time, but more so a certain mindset regarding certain things. Maybe a certain way that you've been dating, or a certain way you've been, conducting yourself in a relationship. But then realizing that, damn, maybe in certain aspects you've been on point, but in other aspects you realize that you've been moving the wrong way. Let me give you an example. Not caring if a female has a man. I know with rap culture, especially coming up 90s and early 2000s, that was always glorified, that was always praised. Especially I would say being in my 20s and even well in my 30s, but being 40 now, it's not the right way to move, and it doesn't, and I would think it doesn't have to necessarily be somebody like the woman being involved with a guy that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't matter if you know him or not. It's such a low vibration of moving that way. So definitely keep that in mind as you're trying to level up, progress, move forward in life, and just looking to try to vibrate at a very high frequency. Yeah, you definitely want to get better with that, because again, even though you may know that, hey, women move that way sometimes, try to avoid entertaining it, and I'm not even talking about, a woman being involved with multiple guys, like that woman having a roster, right? That's her prerogative, that's her business. I'm talking more of like knowing, or even if you find out after the fact, after you've gotten, her info, y'all exchange information, and you find out after the fact that she got somebody, go ahead and cut that. Go ahead and cut that, man, because it's just low vibrational energy, and a lot of the times nothing good can really come from that. Nothing fruitful can really come from that, so. But that's been something that's been on my brain, where it's like it became more of like a very powerful revelation, and especially when you're moving subconsciously versus moving with a conscious mind and being very, very aware of your surroundings, your environment, and what's going on. You can better pinpoint do's and don'ts, and pinpoint energy in a sense, so just some food for thought for you, so and again, life is about growth, life is about progression. So I may be talking to some guys right now a lot younger than me that may be in that energy, may be in that space, and sometimes you have to, I'm gonna be real, sometimes you have to go through it, sometimes you have to actually experience it. I could tell you all day, that stove is hot. Sometimes guys want to actually touch the stove to really see if it's hot, you know. So, but just know, touching that stove that's hot, not saying that it necessarily will, but in most cases, it's going to alter and change your life, you know, or set you back. You feel me? And just always remember karma too, and how karma works as well. You know, karma can work for you, karma can work against you. You know, that's just the nature of the universe, universal law. So that's pretty much it, man. Again, man, y'all stay blessed. 4-star general, salute to you. Enjoy your time.